Hello friends, Sage Talks everywhere. New episode. I hope you are fine and healthy. Good listening. Welcome. I am Hassan, a guy in his mid-20s. I have a small problem, and maybe not. You made me take this space to share with you this morning out of order, in complete improvisation. Excuse me from the start if you look a little confused. My problem is with sentences that are repeated on me. Descriptions I hear all the time. I wouldn't say they're insults, because I can't even classify them. These phrases meet me with my colleagues. They are my group of friends. Unfortunately, in our house, although I am the most respected and appreciated brother among my brothers, at first I didn't pay any attention to it. And I completely ignore it, because I am a very coherent and strong personality, as they say. But the effect of repetition can gnaw mountains, and not just my skull. Descriptions, in order of most frequented to least, are narcissist, dictator, and the third was said by one of my philosopher friends. It is that I am single. Honestly, I like the description, and it made me think about some of the behaviors that come from me. I decide to analyze it. Perhaps I will discover a real problem that deserves a solution or improvement. But I arrive because their first descriptions are not accurate and do not express what they mean. I am not a narcissist by any means. The first is that I deeply empathize with others. I don't like my outward appearance, and I feel very guilty. I am not nearly a dictator. I am in the business. I don't have any power to practice any kind of dictatorship. In the scope of friendships, my personality is not the most important member of the group that does not control its decisions or choices, which are supposed to be collective. The closest description would be that I am an overly self-obsessed person. But it is not harmful to others. This is what I find very accurate. For example, I do not like teamwork within the scope of my job, and I find it less productive and a waste of time, other than the task I accomplish on my own. I find it more comfortable and more useful. But soon my boss tells me that I'm an introvert. I am not good at working in a team. Me too, I absolutely do not like someone to help me. It was offered to me several times, in difficult times to say the least. But I prefer to use my own abilities to solve things. And the reason for that is not that I trust those abilities, but I don't like to overburden anyone, or to feel weak and helpless, or that one of my brothers who consider me a role model for them sees me when I am in need or without it. I remember well my graduation ceremony, when everyone was taking souvenir photos, exchanging gifts, and recounting funny situations that brought them together 5 years ago. I was at the corner. I see those details, nonsense that does not concern me. I am here because I want an engineering degree, and nothing else. The nice fellowships you encounter remain side spoils. That position was the first time. That calls me my friend. Individual description. As an expression of the man, the owner of the different path, away from what other people think, and they are happy with it. Many stories, the ones that woke me up, frequently repeated descriptions, which got more annoying when it came from the people closest to me. It's been beyond annoying lately because it touched something inside of me. Old voice. Maybe I'm trying to hide it from myself, and I ignore him in every way and tricks. Other parallel phrases. What I hear from outside. And this is my message to give her a chance, even if it came late. Life is hard. From this angle, I admit, I still remember that I refused the memoirs and notebooks of my brother, who is a year ahead of me, in which he summarized all the courses and put in them the summary of his efforts in the secondary exam year. I just wanted to make my own way. With it's just a shortcut to time and effort. There is no underestimating of my abilities. I passed. but a more difficult path. I never needed it. After that, I was planning a current business project, which exhausted me preparing for it and saving financial costs. And I stood alone by choosing to accomplish it. I learned things online, so I don't need anyone. I refuse to help my closest friend in the simplest form of help. Who is that individuality and self-esteem, which I got in the wrong way, it seems. I could have used my cousin, the interior designer, and my older brother who works in the contracting sector. And I'm consulting my other legal friend. But I preferred to be alone. With that difficulty, it's more creative, and alone, and away from the quarrels of others' opinions. In my life matters, I must now give in to a different idea. We all need another hand. There is no harm in that. No matter how hard our forearms are, I was able to face life and its. We remain waiting for that hand. That paved the way for us. Applaud us. Even if you don't lend a hand, you will shake hands with longing, and we will catch her in the coldness of the nights. We only heard the rustling of trees, rain workshops, and we don't see it. Except neighborhood lights. I don't need that individuality as the atmosphere of my days, for fear of attributing some of the successes of others, or exacerbate my failures by participating, because it is simply, to my surprise, you will deprive me of other successes. Absolute self-made does not mean generating a relaxed atmosphere of serenity among more extrapolated people, and meta, and world rage. I came across by chance a few days ago while searching for an explanation for a psychological condition. A story by an English poet. His name is Philip Larkin, who was complaining about something similar. He devoted his life to self-purification, and not to give myself only to myself. He did not go to any social activity to compliment someone. He wins someone's heart. He only devoted himself to writing. But sad and funny at the same time is that he wrote a lot of beautiful poetry. But it is in the end. He did not find anyone to tell him what he wrote, to throw roses at the end of the poem. I do not want to become an example to Park. We need a compassionate, external voice that will find us genuinely listening. And meditation. And not just listen. He raises us up and weighs things with us if we get lost. And similar things. Some problems cannot be solved with a single voice, but with an orchestra. It plays in perfect harmony, and it does not mean that any member of the group is necessarily weak. They are differences between the strong, and the strongest, and the beautiful, and magician. We need delicious stews, perfect 3s, 4s, and 5s forever to count. Because every person, it is a unique flavor, and a new color, in the vast world paintings, which can't just be filled with blue. I need to redefine the relationships around me and activate their properties in a normal way. What is in a friend? He cannot see me sad because of my adherence to the manifestations of strength for everyone without exception, and a brother who cannot provide help and companionship, because I may set an example. Unacceptable need. No matter how strong you are with yourself, you need help in some form, to arrange within you, or to interpret what you are complaining about on your own, to reveal the secret that is bothering you. And even if you share the joy that festers, when we share it with those we love, don't hesitate to ask for help, for your mental health, and don't hide what's wrong with you. For the sake of individuality, it doesn't work.